We're thanking the Balabait and his wife that they're generous enough and kind to invite us, to bring us in. Bezrat Hashem. Every one of us is finding himself searching and looking for Hashem Barak in this world, and we all find it a lot of times difficult and complex to connect ourselves to what we believe that is truth. Sometimes it's even harder because we're not sure what is the right path. There is an amazing concept that calls kafskut, to judge a person favorably. And that subject in the Torah Dosha, that aspect of way of observation, looking at life, is very needed and very important. For sure it's very important when you want to judge your friend and to look at him. It's written on David HaMelech that he was Yefei Einayim V'Tov Ro'i, that he had good eyes and he was looking only at the good things in life. That was his way of thinking, that was his attitude, looking for positivity, looking for good things, how to, like that it's written, Enei Hashem LaTzadikim. I remember that once I heard a story about a righteous man, a certain tzaddik, that one of his students committed a very wrong thing, a big sin, and he was very embarrassed to go and to tell his rabbi what that he's done. And it took him something like 2 weeks, 3 weeks until he found courage and realized that if you're not going to go and talk to him, so it might kill him even. You can lose your mind when you carry something bad and you have a bad feeling about it and you regret and you don't know how to do tshuva and you walk with that sorrow. So after 2-3 weeks he found powers inside of himself to go and to confess and to talk to his rabbi, to that righteous man. And when he finally met him, so he told him, I was too afraid to come to talk to you because I did this and that and that's it, and now I said it. So that rabbi looked at him and told him, you're talking nonsense. I see only the good in people. The power of imagination that you had, that you were thinking, oh look, what have I done? What am I doing? You're blaming yourself, that's your problem. Hashem doesn't have that attitude at all, not. The Zohar Kadosh is saying to us that the way that Hashem is looking at us, at His nation, is b'chad einad rachamim, with one eye of mercy. That's how He's looking at us. Of course, people are always asking that question, so how can it be that we're suffering so much if Hashem is, why are we going through all of those difficulties? If you say that Hashem is so kind, so where all of those judgments are coming from? So the answers are very simple. When we want to know the truth, so we need to understand there is only one truth. And it doesn't matter in which situation you find yourself, the answer will always, the real answer will always going to be only one. Let's say you have an oak tree, and that oak tree is 127 years old. Great. That's the only truth that you have about that oak tree. But if you want to start lying and describing that oak tree as something else, so you can say that it's a palm tree, and you can say that it's a cedar tree, and you can say that it's an olive tree. You can say whatever you want. And you can say that it's 1 year old, 2 years old, 1 year old and a day, 1 year old and 2 days. The number of lies that you can make up on that oak tree is almost endless. You can just make up stories as much as you want. From that we're going to understand that it can be very hard for a person to find the truth. Because there are so many options and all of the rest are lies and only one is real. So when you're standing in a situation that you need to find the truth, and you want to connect yourself to the will of Hashem, to the truth of Hashem, like that it's written that Hashem Elokechem Emet, that Hashem Yitbarach, He's God of truth. And a liar can never stand in front of Hashem. And the zeal of Hashem Yitbarach is truth. So we want Hashem, we want the truth. So the truth is that if you don't want Hashem Yitbarach with all of your heart, you will fail in that test. Only when you come to that point that you know that from inside you want Hashem Yitbarach, then you will be able to choose and to know the truth, and you will never gonna miss. Kechut asara, in a breath of a hair, you will never gonna miss. Why? Because Hashem, He wants you to succeed now. He doesn't want to rebuke you anymore because you got it. So Hashem will never gonna make you fail. So the main thing that we should do is to see how to aim our hearts toward Hashem. And not always to think, okay, what's the truth, what's the truth, you cannot achieve it. Because even the Torah got 70 faces. And even in the Halacha, you have 12 poskim that are going to say different opinions. And you lost. So how are you going to choose? If the Sfaradim are saying like this, and Ashkenazim are saying like that, and then you have so many other groups, and Chassiduyot, and your tradition, and also, Kol asher tomar elecha Sara ishtecha shema bekoleh, you need to listen to your wife, and she for sure doesn't hold from all of those rabbis, so what now you're going to do? Okay, so, and it's a tough situation, because you really want to do the truth. Moshe Rabbeinu, when he was standing in that situation, Moshe Rabbeinu went up to heaven. Alita lamarom shavita shevi. And he had an argument with Hashem Yitbarach. The midah ha'emet, the midah of truth, said to Hashem Yitbarach, don't give the Torah to the people, to Bnei Israel, to human beings. Don't give them. They're liars. They will never gonna keep it. Hashem Yitbarach said to Moshe Rabbeinu, it's not the right timing. They're not able. You're not able to hold the Torah. You're not going to keep it. Moshe Rabbeinu is fighting with Hashem Yitbarach, and he's fighting. The Midrash and the Gemara are telling us that Moshe Rabbeinu was fighting, arguing with Hashem Yitbarach, like in the sugya of Shnai Mochazim Betalit. Hashem is holding the Torah, and Moshe Rabbeinu is holding the Torah in the other side, and they're arguing, they're fighting on the Torah. And in the end, Gavar Moshe. Moshe was more powerful than Hashem. How can it be? We cannot understand that. Now we can, because Hashem helped me to understand that. But in the end, Moshe Rabbeinu is taking the holy tablets from Hashem Yitbarach, and he is going to give it to Am Yisrael. After that, he had that fight with Hashem, and he overpowered Hashem and took the Torah. And finally, he's about to give the Torah, and that was his belief. That's what he wanted. That's what he thought that was the right thing to do, to go and to give the Torah to Am Yisrael. And then he's coming down from Mount Sinai, and in front of his eyes, he sees horrible. Am Yisrael are worshipping idols. They're dancing, the golden calf, and people are singing. And he realized that he was wrong. That to give now the Torah to Am Yisrael, it's the worst thing that can happen. The disgrace that's going to happen to Hashem Yitbarach, the Chilul Hashem that's going to come out from giving the Torah to that nation, they're just going to party with the Torah. They're going to make the Torah like nothing. Like it will lose all of its charm, all of it, all the glory, all of the beauty, all of the importance of it. Just it's going to all go down the drain. And Moshe Rabbeinu is taking a decision. You can call it a brave decision. I'm going to call it a crazy decision. And he's taking the holy tablets with no commandment. No one told him to do that. There is no side in the halacha that you can ever find that it's allowed to destroy a Sefer Torah, to tear a Sefer Torah, to burn a Sefer Torah, to break, to violate a Sefer Torah. And Moshe Rabbeinu is taking the holy tablets, the first Bible, the Sefer, first Torah, that had been given from Hashem, handmade by Hashem, been written by Hashem. Hashem decided to give the Torah finally, and he handed it to him, and he's taking the holy tablets, and he's breaking them, smashing them to the ground. It's a decision that no one is able to take. Who can understand that thing? How can you decide something like that you've never been commanded to do? And in the end, we hear that Hashem Yitbarach is telling Moshe, "Yeshar kochacha sheshibarta." I'm praising you. You've done the right thing. That was the right decision. Moshe Rabbeinu risked himself in that situation in a way that no logic, normal human being will risk himself. Ever, never, no way. But Moshe Rabbeinu, he knew something inside. He knew that he's got only one will, to Father in heaven. And he knew that et la'asot l'Hashem, teferu toratecha. There are times that if you want to do things for Hashem, and like the Mishnah is explaining that verse, Heferu Toratecha et la'asot l'Hashem. When people violating the Torah, so it's time to do something for Hashem. What are you gonna do? Et la'asot l'Hashem. Heferu Toratecha. You need to violate some rules. If, for an example, now your wife, she is refusing to cover her head. Okay, it's a very hard situation. You don't know what to do. The halakha is saying women have to cover their heads. Great, wonderful. Kids in school, Talmud Torah, the rabbis, the issues. Okay, community, keilah, bet knesset. Okay, you're in the issue. Okay, so now you're going to ask a rabbi that, sorry to say, crazy rabbi, going to tell you, you need to divorce her. That's it, the halakha, it's written. There is a halakha, it's saying a woman that she's not listening to her husband, you need to divorce her. Okay, there is a halakha like that. And you look at yourself and you say, hey, am I crazy to follow that rabbi? I'm a shugat to follow this crazy advice? Yes, it's written in the halakha. Yes, I want to be religious. Yes, I want to follow the halakha. Yes, I want to do everything, but it's my wife. First of all, I love her. Second, she loves me. I trust her, she trusts me. We have children together. I don't want to divorce her because it's hard for her to cover her head. I can understand that actually. I'm not sure that I would be able to stand in that pressure and to cover my head. I don't know if I would stand in that test. So now, you stand in a situation that the Torah, so-called the Torah, the rabbis, are telling you something that you need to do, and this is the right psak now, and you are saying, but it's what Israel. If I'm going now to classes, me as a person, as a rabbi, so-called rabbi, going and talking to women, and there is a woman now sits in front of me, and she doesn't cover her head. Will I not accept her? Are we not going to listen to her? What is it my issue if she's covering her head or not? No, I'm going to love her and care about her, try to give her an advice and support her, as everybody says. She is covering her head, doesn't cover her head, I don't care. I want her to succeed in life, to be pure, to be holy, to be righteous. It's all great by me. But about her, I'm not going to judge her. No, but you're not doing this. I'm not accepting you. I cannot hear you. I cannot listen to you. Why? Because I understand that women that have an issue, and it's just one example out of thousands of examples, because we have our issues also, men. Things that are hard for us to keep. But now, I'm going to judge her as a Bat Israel, that I have Rahmanut on her, that I care about her, that I want to help her. So I'm going to listen to her all the way. And then I'm going to try to help her to make one step, to progress in one step toward the Kedusha. And I'm not going to tell her, oh yes or no, you have to. I don't want Hashem to judge me like that. I don't want Hashem to tell me, if you're going to do this, so yes, if you're not, so no. I don't want that. I want Hashem to give me more time and be patient with me and to go slowly with me, because I need time, because I need to get used to halachot, I need to get used to those minhagim, customs, good, great things, but it takes time. So, but if it's my wife, so I'm going to be angry. If another woman, I can understand why she's not covering her head. But if it's my wife, so then I have issues with it. So the thing that bothers you is not that she's covering or not covering her head. What that bothers you is that your wife is not listening to you, or that you're now going to have to deal with the principal of the school, or that you're going to have to answer some rabbis in the community. That's what that bothers you. And now you're going to take it all on your wife. That's not the truth. The truth is saying that you need to seek for the truth, for the real voice of Hashem Yitbarach inside of every situation and situation. I'm telling you about my private life. In my life, my wife told me, we're both Baalei Tshuva, she told me that the hardest thing that she had in her Tshuva process was to cover her head. We men cannot understand what it means for a woman that all of her life, all of her honor and all of her beauty and a lot of things that women got in their head depends in her hair. And now today she needs to cover that. You don't understand it. We cannot understand it. For us to put a kippah on the head, it's nonsense. It's easy. What's the problem? So cover your head, you tell her. It's not the same. It's not the same. When you want to go and learn Torah and she tells you, so what? So you're going to miss one day of Daf Yomi. What's going to happen to you? And you feel fire inside. And she cannot understand you. And you feel the pain. You cannot understand me. Okay, you know why she cannot understand you? Because you're not understanding her also. That prohibition of us seeing women's hair and now women need to cover their hair got two sides. One side is because that we're not allowed to look at women's hair. Great, that's one thing, one side of the issue. From the other side, women, they have an obligation to cover their head. Why we as men, first of all, first step in that halakha, going to be for us to tell our wives to cover their heads. Maybe the first step that you're going to make in halakha is to guard your eyes and not to look at women's hair. Because that's the halakha. You're not allowed to look at women's hair, okay? So if you're not allowed to look at women's hair, so why first of all my wife going to cover? Maybe first of all I'm going to close my eyes. Maybe first of all I'm going to guard my eyes. And then first of all I know that I'm keeping the halakha from my side. Maybe if you're going to keep the halakha from your side, so Hashem going to help you and everyone going to support you and going to help you, and suddenly your wife going to find you with tshuva and a stronger will to follow you. When we are looking for comfort and we're looking for honor and we're looking for success and actually we're looking for quiet and not to deal with things that are embarrassing us, so we're actually avoiding the truth. And we're not really a truth seekers. When you want the truth, so you will choose what that Hashem Yitbarach is choosing. And Hashem Yitbarach is choosing always to be insulted, to be hurt, to be humiliated, and He doesn't care about His honor. When you're looking for your honor, and not the sake of Am Yisrael, and not the success of Am Yisrael, and not the happiness and the joy of Am Yisrael, and not the development of Am Yisrael, and the growth of Am Yisrael, and spirituality of Am Yisrael, so you don't look for the purpose of Hashem Yitbarach. So if you don't look for the purpose, if you don't look for the real will, what Hashem wants from us, can Hashem blame us that we're far from Him? After that disruption that happened to Am Yisrael with the Holocaust, after 2,000 years of exile, can Hashem Yitbarach come and fight with us? Can it be that Hashem is going to be angry with us that we born here in the depths of the exile, after 2,000 years without the homeland, without Beit HaMikdash, without righteous people that were wrapping and hugging us and raising us on the knees of Torah and Chesed and kindness, that we were all being beaten and being insulted and being hurt and been humiliated so many times in our lives. And in that darkness between Goyim and also in Eretz Israel, so what? In a secular neighborhoods, between people, with television, with internet, with fast cars, with people that are not dressing modestly, with music, with drugs, with alcohol. What's going to do a person? How is the person going to hold himself so strong and powerful not to sin? So now to think to yourself that Hashem Yitbarach is angry on you when you're falling, that's the biggest mistake of them all. It's all wrong. It's not the right way. Because the Kadosh Baruch Hu is looking at us with Chad Ein Adrachame, with one eye of mercy. And He understands you. He understands that it's hard for you. It's simple that the Kadosh Baruch Hu going to understand us. Just our perspective on life and the way of education is so twisted and so bent. And we're following the voice of people that they themselves are afraid. And they themselves are not seeking for the real truth, what Hashem wants from them. Can it be that because that now you decided to do tshuva after 5 years of tshuva, 10 years of tshuva, suddenly you're not going to respect your wife anymore? She is not awake to do tshuva. You are also not awake to do tshuva. Now you decided to get stronger in Avodat Hashem, and she doesn't get it. And she likes television, and she wants to keep going to the beach, and she wants to watch television, and to go with friends dancing and happy life, like that you had together 2 years ago. For her, nothing changed. You've been changed. So now you're going to divorce her because of that? Now you're not going to appreciate her? Now you're going to think that you're better than her? Who's got the mitzvah to make her happy? In the Ketubah, is it written that you owe her something or that she owes you? In the halacha, by the commandments, by the halachot, the Torah is obligating the man to take care of his wife, to help her, to make her happy, and to support her, and to be mefarnes, and to honor. Honor means not to disgrace, not to hurt the feelings, not to rebuke. When you take the decision to rebuke and to educate, it's written, when you rebuke your friend, great, you have that ability, somehow, if you're able. There is that option. How? When you also keep this second part of the verse, and don't put the sin on his head. If now you rebuke him, and you tell him, listen, you're a sinner, you're doing something wrong, in that moment, you killed him. If you tell him you're violating Shabbos, you're breaking Shabbos, you're eating treif, by doing that, you didn't give him the power now not to do it anymore. Worst thing happened. Now he's also aware to the fact that he's a sinner. Also he hates you. Also he's got frustration about his situation. He feels not comfortable and he lost his ability to communicate to people like you. And that's it. And you separated him from Am Yisrael. And you done it. And it's because that you thought that, okay, now I'm going to teach him, I'm going to tell him. That's not the right way. You have to teach him according to his level, to his vessels. Now you're going to rebuke her on things that if you're going to observe deep inside, you're going to see that actually you created that situation, that reality. You woke her up, you were talking to her about how it's important that she's going to look good, that she's going to keep herself looking good and take care of herself and not going to go with that pyjama in the house, and that she's going to wear a nice dress and that she's going to fix her hair, and why you do this and why you do that, and now you're doing tshuva and now you want to put her behind the walls and lock the door and that's it, and you should be Haredi. What's that? Is she a puppet? Is she a pet? It's crazy. And people are sick, completely sick. And we are sick, and I'm sick. But I'm working on myself to go from this craziness and to look for the voice of Hashem. Because Hashem Yitbarach is kind. Because Hashem Yitbarach, if He woke me up, it means that even though that I was a sinner, even though that I was not learning Torah, I was clubbing, I was dancing, I was smoking, I was drinking, I was doing everything. Everything that I wanted, I was doing. And Hashem Yitbarach woke me up. So if Hashem Yitbarach woke me up, it wasn't because that I was so wise. I wasn't wise at all. I was not learning Torah. Not because I was holy, because I wasn't holy. I was sinning, like I'm telling you. Not because my amazing Shabbos tables, because I would finish eating and I would go to dance. So it's not because of my merits, it's not because of my zchuyot, it's just because of the mercy of Hashem. The meaning of the word mercy means to help someone that is not worthy. Someone that doesn't have the real privilege that you're going to help him. But you help him anyway. So as a Baalei Tshuva, we need to look at that and to understand. If Hashem Yitbarach, He chose me and He helped me, means that everyone got a chance. And if everyone got a chance, so I need to give them a chance. If I'm happy with the chance that Hashem gave me and I'm not giving it to others, so what am I doing with the blessing? I'm cursing that blessing. I'm destroying what that I received from Hashem. And to who I'm destroying it? For people that they might even be more worthy than I. You don't know, the Gemara is saying, you don't know whose blood is redder than the others. You don't know. You don't know who is he. You don't know who she is. Maybe if you're going to be patient with her and you're going to give her time and you're going to talk to her and you're going to listen to her, maybe she's going to become to be so righteous in the end of time. Maybe it's going to take her 2 years, but after 2 years, suddenly she's going to be so strong and so powerful, and she's going to tear the skies with her prayers, with her candlelights, with her afashat chala. Maybe she's going to say so many tehillim, and she's going to do such Hitbodedut and prayers, and she's going to cry to Hashem. Maybe she's the only hope for your children really to walk on the path. And if you're now going to reject her, you're rejecting her with all of the children from the truth. And you're killing the only chance that you have as a family to go and climb on the path that's going to bring you to purity. And that is only one aspect. Because Hashem Yitbarach, He is the source of good. He is the neshama of the creation. And we need always, in every situation, to look for Hashem. Okay, there is food. Great. What am I doing with this food? I need to be with Hashem Yitbarach while I'm eating. I need to find what that Hashem Yitbarach is giving me. And I need to live with Hashem. In every moment, in every test, in every situation, you have a house. Okay, how I'm bringing Hashem Yitbarach into my life, in my job, in my business, in my car, while I'm driving, while I'm sleeping. Before you go to sleep, you need to connect yourself to Hashem. And to say to Hashem Yitbarach, no Hashem, I'm going to sleep. I know that I can fall in that sleep. I can fall to imagination. I can die. Who knows what can happen to me? Please Hashem, be with me. Protect me. Let me dream only holy dreams, that I'm going to connect myself to you while I'm sleeping, and wake me up, please, early enough in the morning, and that I'm going to remember you when I'm waking up. In every moment of our life, we have that test of the free choice. What are you choosing? To fall to imagination or to remember Hashem? And Hashem, like we said before, is the only truth. And you have one against billions of options. And Rabbi Nachman of Breslev is saying in the first Torah in Likutei Moharan that the Yetzer Hara is covering himself b'Torah u'mitzvot. Yetzer Hara, if you now, to a religious person, going to offer him, hey, come, do drugs, sin, break Shabbat, you're going to say, no, I'm not doing it. It's not my thing in life. No, thank you for the offering. We're not doing that. It's okay. So Yetzer Hara, that's it. He lost you? No way. He's not giving up so fast. So this is why Yetzer Hara is choosing to hide himself in mitzvot. And then he's telling you, listen, you want to do tshuva, you have to learn Torah. 20 years you missed from your tshuva. You haven't learned Torah. You don't know halakha. You must learn halachot. What are you going to do? And he puts that pressure on you and makes you crazy and makes you forget the fact that Hashem Yitbarach woke you up without Torah, and it was all okay. And Hashem Yitbarach chose you when you were so far and contaminated, and you had Yehurat Shuvah while you were drunk in the pubs. There you had Yehurat Shuvah, and Hashem still was shining and illuminating His face to you, and He loved you over there. And now Yetzer Hara is dressing himself in rabbis, and in people, and in friends, and pressure, and now it's Shovavim, and Sfirat HaOmer, and you don't know what you're missing, and what you're gonna do, and Pesach, and you haven't learned the halachot, and it's Rosh Chodesh, and you missed Musaf, and what you're gonna do, and you forgot to say Hallel, and Rabbeinu Tam you never put, and what you're gonna do, and what you're gonna be, and what's gonna happen with your children, and He puts all of that pressure on your life, and then what happens? You go to the house and you explode on your wife. And on the children, you're not learning, and it's because of you. Why I need to help you? Why you can't do it? And she's helping your husband, and you're not helping me. And fights, and arguments, and mess, and hell. And why? Just because you follow the advice of Yetzer Hara. Just because you listen to the voices that are coming straight from hell to reject you from the truth. But the truth is one, that Hashem is good, that Hashem is kind. And He doesn't give you the permission to sin. But you need to calculate your moves. If now you want to have parnasa, so you're going to rob a bank, so you're going to buy a gun, so you're going to take a knife. What are you going to do? You're going to steal a suitcase from someone? No. You're going to work. But it's going to take me 40 years to buy that house if I'm going to work late. Okay, I don't see another option. So pray. Maybe Hashem will help you in 20 years, in 5 years. Who knows what's going to happen? But the fact that you want to buy a house doesn't mean that it doesn't allow you now to break the rules. Okay, so I'm going to work. So maybe I'm not going to buy that house. So what? But at least I'm going to be honest. At least I'm going to support my family. At least I'm going to do good things. I'm going to be able to give my matzot. I'm going to do nice things in life. So at least I'm going to be happy from the good points that I achieved. Now you want to do tshuva. Great. Yetzer Hara tells you that if you were not going to be the most righteous person in the world, and the best Lamdan, and Talmid Chacham, and 3 prayers a day in a minyan, and waking up before dawn, and mikveh, and Birkot HaShachar, Birkot HaTorah, and you have to do it with the Siddur, and you're not allowed to say it by heart, and in the minyan, you have to stand, and you have to close your phone when you have to do the Beit Midrash, and not to answer, and why she's calling me, why she's nagging, and you close, and then after it, you need to learn, Shtayim Mikra V'Echad Targum. You must, if you're not, you violate it, it's halakha. Shtayim Mikra V'Echad Targum, it's halakha, for sure. And you haven't finished Alel Shabbat, great, and they're singing, and the Rav, he's saying it's 2 halachot, okay, 2 halachot, and but he's Chabadnik, so 2 halachot, and now you need also, and extra additions, and on top of that, and another halakha about the Geulah. Great, wonderful, we're listening, we're following, and then it's 12 o'clock. And you lost half of your day, and you lost your parnasah, and you lost your simcha, and you lost your wife, and you lost your children, and you think that it's going to make you a Talmid Chacham? And the blessing is only because that he's honoring his wife. If you're not honoring your wife, you cannot be blessed. Rabbi Yoshua said to his children, you need to respect your wife if you want to be rich spiritually and physically. Because if Hashem Yitbarach is looking at you and he sees that you're disgracing his creations, his children, his daughter, it's your wife. You need to put a sign on your door, here in this house, Jewish live. Jewish people live there in this house. When you come to your house, remember that you need to honor them, to smile to them, like you're smiling to every other Jew in the street. Oh, Shabbat Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Why when you come to the house it's different? Say Shalom Aleichem. Who asked you something more than that? Just say Shabbat Shalom, Shalom. Put a smile on your face and come on, being that gentleman that you are when you enter into the Beit Knesset. Every time you come home, be that gentleman. You're going to ask someone in the Beit Knesset to give to, where's my slippers? Why? In your Beit Knesset, you're going to do, it's going to be the last time that you're going to find yourself in that Beit Knesset. So why your home is different? What's the reason that we're going to the Western world? What's so important in the Kotel HaMa'aravi? That it's written that in the Kotel HaMa'aravi, Shechina lo zaza min HaKotel. The Shechina Kedosha never went away from the Kotel HaMa'aravi, from the Western world. Even after the destruction, after Chorban Beit HaMikdash, the Shechina never moved from the Kotel HaMa'aravi. Now, if the husband and the wife, they have Shlom Bayit, he's honoring her and she's honoring him, so Shechina benehem, right? So you don't need to go to the Kotel HaMa'aravi to put your ptakim. You can write a pet, you can put it in your library, in your bookcase, in your drawers, and that's it. And the Shechina is over there and going to bless your tefillot, your requests. Zachu Shechina benehem. If you're going to work on your midot, if you're going to bring your wife closer to Hashem, you're going to honor her, going to sit with her, explain to her. Children are coming, sitting with her. You want him to be Talmid Chacham? To send him to the best yeshiva in Monsey, not going to make him Talmid Chacham. Trust me, it's not going to work. That's not the way. It's not making Talmidei Chachamim over there. More than 50% are falling from the derech, falling from Kedusha, losing their eyes, losing their hearts, losing their souls. And it's not because of the yeshiva. It's because they don't have the support of a family. They don't have a father. They don't have a mother. They're now yeshiva bocho. And he needs to find himself. It's not the way. It's not the way, it's not the right way. That's not the path of Dusha. That's not the will of Hashem. The will of Hashem is that Hashem Yitbarach, if He gave you your son, that you're going to make sure that that son going to be happy. When you were a child, before you done tshuva, you like driving bikes, you like playing soccer, running after a ball, playing, running in the fields, climbing on trees. But now your son, he needs to be Rav Ovadia Yosef. Why? Because you're not Rav Ovadia Yosef? Or because that you want quiet and you don't want him to be on your back? It's very painful to deal with the truth. I know. But it's the truth. So you rather to lie to yourself for the rest of your life and to claim, no, I really want him to be a Talmid Chacham. If you would really want him to be a Talmid Chacham, you would sit with him and make sure that he loves the Torah and enjoy from the halachot and finds the Hashem Yitbarach inside the books. That's what you would do. You would sit with him and you would give your neshama to that child that's going to become to be a Talmid Chacham. Like you put your neshama on the things that are really important to you, like the business, like that crazy car that you just bought. Over there, all of your life, all of your pleasures. No, oh my car, my lovely car, my dear car. Thank God that she cannot WhatsApp you. You would be all day long with your car, even when you're at home. We're sick. So let's face it, let's just admit, thank God Hashem, I'm sick, I have issues, I'm sick. Please, adricheni ba'amitecha. David HaMelech, he was learning in a night, from midnight till dawn, the amount of Torah that a Tana, like Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes, Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, they were learning in 100 years. So great was David HaMelech that in one night, from Chatzot till Alot HaShachar, he was learning the amount of Torah that huge Tanaim would learn in 100 years. So awesome David HaMelech was. But he, that huge Talmid Chacham, that amazing king of Am Yisrael, Mashiach Shel Am Yisrael, that person was asking for Hashem Yitbarach every day. Please Hashem, adricheni ba'amitecha, teach me the truth. Lamdeni chukecha, teach me your rules. David, what happened to you? You forgot the halachot? What, David maybe forgot all of the halachot? No. You just know that you need to keep on seeking for Hashem Yitbarach, always. In every moment, even if you just finish the Shas, what do you do after you finish Masechet? You start the next Masechet. Immediately, you don't finish the Masechet until you start the next one. Because you know that you can never finish the Limud Torah. You can never finish learning and knowing Hashem Yitbarach. Because Hashem Yitbarach is beyond, Hashem Yitbarach is above, Hashem Yitbarach is so great and so big and so awesome that we'll always have something to learn. And even in the world to come, when we're going to find ourselves reuniting with Hashem Yitbarach, you're going to be like a drop of water in the ocean. Put that drop of water in the ocean, because Hashem it's infinity, it's endless. Okay, so you have a soul, great. You're a beam of light, amazing. You're a candle, amazing. Put that candle in front of the sun. It's a tiny light. And you're an amazing candle. You're Shabbos candles. You're amazing torch of Hashem. Amazing. You're Chanukiah of Chanukah in the 8th day. You're amazing. You're the menorah in Beit HaMikdash. And perfect, great, wonderful. Put that in front of the sun. You lost it. So now, put your soul in heaven, in the world to come. No punishments. You are innocent. You're pure. Only reward in the world to come. Great. Eternal life with the righteous people. A drop of holy, pure water coming into the ocean. How much time is going to take that drop to cover all of the ocean? It's going to spread. Yeah, it's going to grow. It's going to expand. In an hour, it's going to be 2 feet wide. Okay, in 2 weeks it's going to cover a bigger, larger space. Great. After 7 years, it's really going to be spread. Yes, the particles going to run to the sides and going to expand and going to grow. And really, you're going to know more about Hashem Yitbarach. Great. When it's going to cover all of the water of the world? Never. It will always going to grow and expand and develop and get wiser and purer and nicer and better. Amazing! It's not going to end. To know Hashem Yitbarach even in the world to come, we cannot know Him completely. Because He's endless. Because His infinity is infinite. He's Ein Sof Baruch Hu. He's so blessed. So now you want to know Hashem Yitbarach, so do whatever it takes to know Hashem Yitbarach. B'chol derachecha ta'eu. In every situation you need to know Him. So how are you going to know Him? Like we said, the truth is one. And the other options of the lie are almost endless. The only solution that you can do, that you can have in your life, is to work on your own heart. To aim your heart always to the truth. To want Hashem. And then when you're going to want Hashem, Ritzon Rav Yaseh, Hashem going to fill your will, Hashem going to answer your prayers, Hashem going to help you and bring you forward to the next step, and then to the next step, and then to the next step. And He will not going to rebuke you, and He's not going to punish you, and He's not going to stop you, and not going to block you. He's just going to shine to you, and going to open for you, and just going to help you and assist you. But the only thing that you can do is to work on yourself to become, to be a better person. To work on yourself to seek for the truth. to confess on your mistakes, to apologize to people that you hurt their feelings, to be ready to learn, to learn from every person, to look for the soul, to look for the truth, to look for the neshama, to look for the inner voice of people, of the creation. How much you can learn from animals, from nature, how much you can learn from the weather, how much you can learn from people, so much more. From Goyim, from Jews, you can learn from wisdom, from science, you can learn so much about Hashem. And you need to open yourself to that. In the moment that you're saying, yeah, I know, I understand that thing I know, in that moment you put a block, you limited yourself. You said, no, I don't want more than that. If you said, yes, I know, yeah, I understand, no, I'm going to tell you what to do. In that moment you block the wisdom of Hashem Yitbarach. Shlomo HaMelech, David HaMelech are saying to Hashem Yitbarach, Be'emot eiti imach, I'm like animals, I'm with you, I'm following you. I don't know anything. I'm saying, okay, I'm going to learn, I'm going to get wiser. In the moment that you said that, you realize Hashem Yitbarach is so much bigger, so big, so wise. So when you find Hashem, you realize actually that you don't know anything about Hashem. This is how Moshe Rabbeinu can say, I'm the worst person in the world. Why? How can you say that? You know that you know more than everyone. Yes, what he knows more than everyone? That he is a zero. That's what he knows more than everyone. His humility. That's what he knows. That he is nothing. That only Hashem Yitbarach is helping him. He knows it for sure. He knows exactly that he cannot breathe without Hashem, that he cannot eat without Hashem, that he cannot go to the bathroom, or like you say in Canada, washroom, and you cannot. I'm adjusting every time to a new city, a new town, Only when you work on the truth, on yourself, to find the truth, to be a truth seeker, you can find the truth. Just by claiming, no, I'm religious, no, I'm keeping Shabbat, yeah, no, I'm going to Shiur, yes, I'm this, I'm Breslov, I'm Chabad, I'm Litvish, I'm Sfaradi, I'm Ashkenazi. It doesn't mean anything. Rahman the Creator, He wants the heart. The Creator, He wants your neshama, your soul. What your soul is saying, that's what Hashem cares. What your will is. You can be in Bet Knesset and to hate the fact that you're there. So you're not going to be rewarded on being in that Bet Knesset. You might be punished on that. If you hate the shul, you hate the people, you hate the tefillot, you hate the fact that you waste your time over there, you want to be rewarded on what? On your suffering, on your isurim that you go to shul? But if you want Hashem and you love Hashem Yitbarach and you're not able, you're limited, you're not able to learn Torah now, and you anus. So Kadosh Baruch Hu, you understand, my son, he wants me, he misses me, so it's already important. It's already very precious in the eyes of Hashem Yitbarach. And we need to understand that. We need to understand that Father in heaven, the Creator, He is the one that loves us. And why am I saying all of that? Because I'm coming from Eretz Israel. And in Eretz Israel, we're full of Lashon Hara on you guys that you live in the United States. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm opening the cards with you. I'll tell you why. Because we're dreaming over there, not only California dreaming, also Eretz Israel is dreaming. What we're dreaming? We're dreaming that we are in the right place, that we are in Eretz Israel, and we made it, and that's the right place, and here we're supposed to be. Okay, I understand it. It's written. We have verses to we use as evidence for that. The Torah is telling us that we need to be in Eretz Israel, but like we said before, Chanoch lanar al pi darko. You need to guide the people in the way that they will be able to keep the rules that you just taught them. If you tell him, okay, you need to move to Eretz Israel. I met last week a woman that was crying. She said, I failed Aliyah twice. Rich family, they have a big business, they bought a house in Eretz Israel, they made Aliyah, everything looked perfect. They were preparing themselves for 1.5 years to that first Aliyah. They came to Eretz Israel, they were lost in Eretz Israel. They couldn't find their hands and their legs in Eretz Israel. They couldn't find the community. They weren't able to adjust to the language. It was very hard for them. They didn't have even 10% of the comfort that they used to have here in the United States. And they came over there, and they tried, and they suffered, and with schools and children in the school systems, they failed. After 1.5 years, they came back. And when they came back, they said, okay, it doesn't matter, no despair, we'll try again. And they were building themselves another 1 year, another 2 years or so. And then they made another aliyah. And they failed in that also. So what are you going to say to them? You need to try again. What, you want to kill that family? Now that's the mitzvah, let's sacrifice them and you're all going to be happy. They're not able to do it yet. Tell that person, sell your properties. I met a person, he's a billionaire. He asked me, what should I do? I told him, if you ask me, sell your business, enjoy from your life. You have enough money for the rest of your generations for sure, and more than that. And just go learn Torah, enjoy life. I don't know. Buy a house in every land that you want and just be happy with life. What's wrong with that? So he told me, listen, my business is too big to close. I cannot close my business. And it's true. He's not able to sell. No one can buy his business from him. He doesn't have people that will buy his business. He cannot, a certain weird situation that he's stuck in. His business is too big to close. Too many families are working in his business. Too much things, very complex. And he's involved with governments, with saying, how are we going to close his business? He's stuck. You want to tell a person, do aliyah. Okay, great idea, sounds great. How, Ribono Shel Olam, you want me to start? In well. How I'm going to find school system that's going to be right for my children? Where are we going to spend the first Shabbat? How are we going to move all of our things? Nefesh B'Nefesh is going to help us. Please, Ribono Shel Olam, what are we going to do? What do you want from us? We want. Okay, I'm with it. How are we going to do it? Okay, so they're going to find themselves buying a house in Bar Ilan, in Beit Israel, in the Yishuvim. What, the Yishuvim is like the village? The Yishuvim is like the places that, it's not the same. Eretz Israel, you need to understand. Eretz Israel is not ready yet for all of Am Israel. If Eretz Israel would be ready for all of Am Israel would be in Eretz Israel. We need to keep on developing and building Eretz Israel, that Eretz Israel will have the ability, it's Eretz Atzvi. Another person will come and going to invest some more. Another person will come and going to help to develop some more. And then it's going to open the option for another 10 families, for another 20 families, for another 2,000 families to come. We're talking about more than half of Am Israel outside. We're talking about 10, 15 million people. You have barely 6 today. All of them should come. It's Lashon Hara. It's nonsense. It's not logic. It's not true. No, you should do Mesirut Nefesh. You shouldn't do Mesirut Nefesh. The Halakha is saying, if you're able to do Mesirut Nefesh, and that's your will, and that's what you feel, and that's how Hashem Yitbarach is waiting you from inside to do Mesirut Nefesh, to throw it all behind your back, your wife is following you, your children are following, great, do it. The Lubavitcher Rebbe said, I'm not going until all of Am Yisrael are coming with me. So, are you wiser than him? How do you want me to leave my people here and to go to Eretz Israel? And then what they're going to do? And then when they're going to have questions to who they're going to ask, what then they're going to do? So you want me to leave them here and to go? That's a problem that Am Yisrael have, that we in Eretz Israel don't understand what you're going through here. We don't get it. But me, now that I'm coming here, I'm starting to realize that we have an issue here with all of Am Yisrael that we need to solve, that we need to fix. And the only way to fix it is to take our time and to think about it. And really to see what we can do to make it possible for more families to do Aliyah and to more people to come. By the rules of the Halakha, if a person is so rich and he now lost all of his money, the Kupat Tzedakah, the charity of the city, of the community, need to give him money according to his level. If he used to live in this amazing house, now he fell from all of his money, he doesn't have money, he needs to, the Kupat Tzedakah is supposed to help him to keep the same house. That he will be able to sleep in the same bed, to eat the same food, to drive in the same car. Because the reason that the Kupat Tzedakah is helping him is, first of all, because we want him to stay alive. And second, because we don't want him to be embarrassed, to be ashamed. If now you're going to give him a food basket in $100 for Pesach, you killed his holiday, you destroyed him. He's not able to enjoy a $100 meal in Pesach, not that person. So if now we want you to come to Eretz Israel, and I'm telling you, okay, you need to replace your villa in a 3-room apartment in the villa in the building in Ramat Eshkol, it's amazing. You don't know there is a park over there, there is a forest, if you know what I'm talking about, the names of the neighborhoods, you would laugh, you would crack yourself from how crazy is that idea, that assumption that you're really able to do that. It's like to kill you. It's like to destroy your happiness. It's like that we said before, that you're going to stand in front of your wife and tell her, hey, but you told me that we're going to do tshuva, so why are you not this, why are you not that? What do you want? You're going to take your phone from her hand, you killed her life. You're going to put the cover on her head, you destroyed her happiness. You're going to take things from her today in a radical way, you killed her. And also your children are like that. I have a friend that his family made tshuva and they came from France to Eretz Israel when he was 6. The fact that in Eretz Israel they were not allowing him to watch television anymore, and he used to watch television in France, killed him. Killed that guy. He hated his parents, he hated religious, he hated Eretz Israel, everything because they took the television from him. Because he loved it, and it was his escape, and it was his fun time and pleasure to sit in front of cartoons, in front of television. It was fun for him. And now they took it from him, and they told him, no, now you need to be religious. They killed his will. They killed his hope for tshuva. And it's wrong. It's not the right way. But we're always, like we said before, following people that they themselves terrified from their own shadow. They themselves don't know how you need to serve Hashem Yitbarach, and they're guiding us according to their fears. No, you need to do this, you have to do that. Where is my heart in the picture? No. Where is Hashem in the picture? We're not talking about Hashem Yitbarach now, we're talking halakha. What? We're not talking hashkafa, we're talking halakha. What do you mean? Halakha and Hashem is not one thing? Kudsha Berichu, Oraita, Am Israel is one thing. No. Now you ask me a question in halakha. Okay, well, I want to serve Hashem, that's what I'm asking you halakha. Do I care about halakha? I care about Hashem, I want to serve Hashem. When I done tshuva in the beginning, when I was looking for my soul, I wasn't looking even for Hashem. I was looking for the truth. I was looking for my inner quiet, for my neshama, for my nefesh, for my purpose in life. I looked for my neshama. And now I found it in Hashem Yitbarach. Great, so I believe that Hashem Yitbarach exists. Now after 2-3 years of tshuva, suddenly you forget your task, your mission of finding the truth and finding Hashem, and you found yourself religious, and that's it. And you fulfill your obligation 3 times a day to Shiur, and that's it, you're done. Completely done. Not even close to the purpose. Not even close to the real purpose of your search. Because you gave up on the search. Because it was too much. Also now what? I'm going to use the rebukes. Now also I'm going to deal with my lack of confidence in Hashem. Now really I'm going to deal with the fact that I'm scared, that I'm angry, that I have bad midot. No. So people it's easy for them to justify themselves always and to blame everyone else and to feel good with themselves. No, I'm going to Shiur, I'm bringing parnasah, I'm doing everything right, I'm putting tefillin, I pray next. That's it. It's not what Hashem is what He wants from us. Lama lirov zivchem, Hashem is saying, what are all of those sacrifices? I want your heart. I want your truth. I want you to be honest with yourselves. I want you to do tshuva. Tshuva is not to wake up early in the morning. Tshuva is not to put tefillin Rabbeinu Tam. Tshuva is not to be motzi Shabbat in Rabbeinu Tam. Tshuva is not to eat kosher. Tshuva is not to do glila in the Bet Knesset, and it's not to buy aliyah sefer Torah, and it's not to give 20% of your income to Maasrot. No, those are different mitzvot. Tshuva is a different mitzvah. Tshuva is mitzvah tshuva. Open Rambam, open Shulchan Aruch, and explain to you what it is mitzvah tshuva. When you talk about mitzvah tshuva, you talk about a person that feels bad with his behavior, with his actions, and he's confessing in front of Hashem and telling to Hashem, Baruch Hashem, I'm sorry. Please Hashem, help me not to sin again. That's mitzvah tshuva. ואין עם ישראל נגאלים אלא בתשובה. And Am Yisrael cannot be redeemed in no other way except of tshuva. If all of Am Yisrael going to wake up next, it's not going to bring the Geulah. If all of Israel going to put tefillin, it's not going to bring the Geulah. If all of the women will put kisui rosh, it will not going to bring the Geulah. Only if all of Ami, because else it would be written. That if all of Avenut Israel are going to put kisui rosh, they're going to have Geulah. It doesn't written anywhere. If all of Am Israel will put tefillin, so no. If all of Am Israel are going to be united and going to love each other and going to be strong and powerful, great, Hashem will fight for them. But the Geulah will not going to come. He will fight for them. No one will be able to kill them, great. But the Geulah will not going to come. And Israel nigalim ela b'tshuva. Am Israel cannot be redeemed in no other way except of doing tshuva. Tshuva means to talk to Hashem Yitbarach and to open things with Him. And if you want to talk to Hashem Yitbarach, you have to talk to Him with truth. To talk to Him with truth, it means to talk from the heart. And if your heart now is angry, and if your heart now is frustrated, and if your heart now is in stress, you need to talk about it with Hashem. And not to play games. No Hashem, I want to be righteous. No Hashem, my wife, she's disturbing me from learning Gemara. No Hashem, those kids that you gave me, Hashem, they're messing up the house. That's not the truth. You want the house to be fixed. You want the things to be organized. So move yourself from that drowning sofa and start fixing the house. You want the house to be clean? Okay, there is a mop, there is a broom. Start working. You want the house to be clean? Or that you want your wife to clean the house? Or that you want your husband to take care of the kids? What the truth is, I'm lazy and I don't have the power to move and I rather to blame everyone, and I'm asking myself why I don't have anyone to blame. That's my situation. I'm stuck in a situation that I don't have anyone to blame. And I'm stuck with Hashem Yitbarach that is pointing his finger on me. So talk about it with Hashem. Tell him, Hashem, I'm far. Hashem, I don't find the path. I don't find the way. It's too hard for me. Also to be religious and also to do tshuva. It's too heavy, Hashem. I thought they're going to be a lot of Malka in there and they're just slapping me and abusing me in Eric's house. What's going on? Where is that pizza that they were talking about? Oh, there is. When we're looking for our soul, we need to look inside. Your soul is not outside. Your soul is not my soul. Your soul is not my soul. Your soul is not over there. Your soul is inside. Look inside. Listen to your inner voices. Start observing. Start looking. Start doing Hitbodedut, conversation with Hashem. Talk to Hashem from your heart. Ask Hashem Yitbarach, what's the truth about my aliyah? What's the truth? Teach me, what's the truth about my aliyah? What's the truth about my parnasah? What's the truth about my masrot? What's the truth about my shalom bayit? What's the truth about my bitul Torah? What's the truth, Hashem? Not what's written in Shulchan Aruch. What I should do? I want to reach the Shulchan Aruch. Great. I want to keep all of Torah mitzvot. Great, Hashem. What is my path? How am I going to make it? Just to jump into the Shulchan Aruch, I'm not going to be able to keep it for years. I won't have the power to survive like that by the rules of the Shulchan Aruch. So I have a certain path. I have a certain way. Help me to find that path. One person is doing tshuva because he sees a person with tzitzit. One person found himself in Sudat Shabbat, amazing Suda, and he said, wow, I want to have a house like that. Some other person learned Gemara with a friend, and he said, wow, look, they're wise, I need to learn also. And everyone found himself, one from Kashrut, everyone finds himself in mikveh. So I have my path, I have my way. And that way is not only one door that is opening, all of your path is special. All of your life is completely different than the other one. So you need always to seek for the voice of Hashem Yitbarach in your life, on the private supervision in your life. What Hashem wants from me? What is my job? In the generation of Moshe, there was a huge difference between Moshe to Aaron, to Nachshon ben Aminadab, to the righteous people in that generation. In the generation of Yaakov and Yosef and his brother, they had a lot of ways to serve Hashem, and everyone found himself. Yaakov was different than Yitzchak, and Yitzchak was different than Abraham. Everyone went in his own path. And you need to find your path. And to find your path, you need to find Hashem. And Hashem is not outside, Hashem is inside. Outside is the world, and the world is blocking the light of Hashem. He's showing to you different colors, he's hinting you on how to find Hashem. Even when you come to a class and you listen to a class, You don't need to follow the rabbi. You need to follow your heart. You learn the class, okay, you heard some things. Maybe not all of the class is talking to you. You need to find something that is connected to you and to follow that. The Rav can talk about waking up in midnight, and you're going to understand that you need to take your time and to achieve it in 5 years from now, not today. Because you need to find your connection to Hashem Yitbarach. Thank you very much, Rabbi Nachman.